So we have arrived at our destination in Cornwall, as we are here for 5 nights, and we're staying in a lovely cottage at Downderry, which is on the south part of Cornwall, right on the coast. We've got the sea behind me, and it's a beautiful cottage, amazing outside space. Got a huge decking, you see that, with a sea view. And yeah, we're here for 5 nights, as my parents live in Cornwall, just about 20 minutes up the road in Looe. So I've come to see them for a bit. So we're going to do a few walks around here during our stay. We're going to take in the Whitsand Bay surfing beach, which is a beautiful sandy beach, just 15 minutes from here. Beautiful drive along the Rhine Peninsula, lovely views, and then take in Lansallos beach and Lantic Bay. Lantic Bay is classed as one of the best beaches and the best viewpoints in Cornwall, so looking forward to that. We're also going to check out the cheese ring on Bodmin Moor, which is a fantastic sculpted rock tour. Great views over Bodmin Moor and around. We're also going to check out the really iconic Tintagel and Tintagel Castle. That's a really dramatic location. The castle is right on top of the cliff, and it's got a suspension bridge going across to it. And also we're going to look at Merlin's cave down on the beach underneath the castle. You can go through Merlin's cave right through to the other side. And a few cliff walks we're going to do along the southwest coastal path, which is really accessible for dogs. It's all owned by the National Trust, most of that land, but you get great dramatic views over the Atlantic Ocean, which is also classed as the Celtic Ocean. So it's quite wild on the north side of Cornwall, very wild, and you get a lot of surfers, and you get big swell and big waves. And the south part of Cornwall is a bit more gentle. That's just where we're staying. It's really good, the beaches for families and children, as the beach shelves out quite shallow and it's not quite such a big swell. Obviously, apart from Whitsand Bay, that's a good surfing beach. So the north side is a lot more wild and dramatic, and huge cliffs and sea stacks. So yeah, I hope you come along on our adventure, as it's going to be very varied routes, lots of interest. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, it's our first day officially of our Cornish holiday. And you've not been to Cornwall before, have you?
No, this is the furthest south I've ever been.
Yeah, so my parents just live in Looe, so I come here quite a bit. And this morning I've taken Andy to Whitsand Bay, to Shower Point. It's a fantastic, beautiful surfing beach and beautiful views across to Rame Head and the English Channel. Just pan you round. That's the English Channel. The tide is actually in, but you would see, if the tide was out, it would just be all miles of beautiful yellow sand. That's the headland. You've got Merlin, you've got Looe, where my parents live. Let's get this right. If I can see it, just there. Looe, it's my parents live. We're going to head a bit further round later on to Lansallos Beach, Parsons Cove and Lantic Bay, which is just over on that headland there. We've also, on the other side, we've got views over to Rame Head. Let me show you. We've got the sun facing, so I hope you can see all right. I'll just pan you round. There you go. Fantastic viewpoint up here. You've got Rame Head just on the end there. It's got a chapel on the top and a folly. So right now we're on the southwest coastal path. It's accessible for dogs. I think it's maintained by the National Trust, I'm not sure, possibly. But you have some very steep drops on the edge. There's no fencing. It's a fantastic path, as you can see. You get great views, and it hugs the cliff sides, as you can see. There's the steps going along there. Let's go over to that little lookout tower.
Approaching Looe, where Tracy's parents live. We're giving them a visit later on today.
Car park actually in East Looe, right by the high street, and it's not too badly priced. We've just put £1 in for an hour as we just wanted to have a quick look round, and we had to get ourselves Cornish pasty whilst in Cornwall, didn't we, Andy? We've got some traditional Cornish pasties. So you've got Looe Bridge, which separates East Looe from West Looe. So East Looe is predominantly most of the shops. You've got a huge selection. You've got supermarkets, pharmacy, bank, and you've got plenty of restaurants, seafood restaurants, a couple of pubs, and it's where you've got the beach and the Banjo Pier. West Looe is a bit more quiet. You've got predominantly just residential properties, and you've got a small supermarket, a very tiny one. Used to be a post office, I think that's still there. Looe is a maze of narrow, tiny passageways and really old stone cottages. So I'm just on Banjo Pier right now. It's an iconic landmark in Looe, as it's a pier shaped and looks like a banjo. That's Looe Beach, So Looe is split into two parts. You've got East Looe and West Looe, separated by the river. It's a tidal river, so you've got some fishing boats along the harbour. It's still an active fishing port, and it's really nice in the morning watching the boats going out to sea and then coming back later on. Behind me is Looe Beach. There's no dogs allowed on this beach at all, any time of the year. But my parents, they live on West Looe, so I shall be seeing them later. Seeing them tonight. You can get boat trips from Looe, and you can do the big three: Looe Island, Looe Bay and Polperro. Polperro is an ancient fishing village. It's really beautiful. You can do a coastal safari, seal spotting, dolphin watching. You can visit Eddystone Lighthouse and visit Looe Island.
I don't dislike it like that.
We're just approaching our third location of the day, Lansallos Bay. What do you think of the roads down here, Tracy?
Well, I'm kind of used to them, but they are very, very narrow. Single track, almost like dirt tracks.
With grass in the middle. Worse than the Lake District, if you think the Lake District's bad.
Oh yeah. So we're at Lansallos, and we're going to do a very quick walk from the car park, National Trust car park, past the church, down to Llansallos Beach and Parsons Cove, and then back up. You could, if you wanted to, continue all the way along the southwest coastal path to Lantic Cove, all the way to Pencarrow Head and Lantic Beach, and then back, which is the 6-mile route. But we are going to park at Atlantic Bay car park to access Lantic Beach. So you've got that option. So the route takes you past Llansallos Church. A lovely wooded path that heads down to Llansallos Bay, following a wee beck. This is the waterfall at Llansallos Beach. What a place. The rocks are so dramatic around the headland. And it's got a beautiful waterfall, which I'll take you to in a bit. Beautiful blue water. And a stunning day as well. Here we have a cuttlefish. How often do you get to see a waterfall pouring into the sea like this on the beach? Thank you. Having fun. It's Billy's birthday today, isn't it, Billy? Is it your birthday? What did you just do, Andy?
Land a drone in a tree on the top of the cliff.
And he tried to get up the bank. And then what he's done to his legs.
I'm sick of drones.
He's wounded.
I'm sick of
That's
drones.
one
Look at
leg.
this one.
Look at that one.
Oh, I give up. Anyhow, I got it back.
We got it back. He was trying to clamber up there. So that was where Andy found his drone, in that tree. Just looking down to Lansallos beach and over to Polperro head. Just looking down to Parsons Cove. So we've got this drone. We hit the same one.
And there's the offending tree.
So you can park at Llansallos National Trust car park. Room for quite a number of cars as it has an overflow. Obviously National Trust members are free. If you're not a member, it costs £2 for an hour, £4 up to 4 hours and £8 all day. So we are here at the Atlantic Bay car park. We're going to head down to Polperro head around Lantic Beach. You can continue along to Polperro and you can get the ferry over to Foye and back, and you can walk back through the wooded valley back to the car park. I think that's about 6.5 miles. So we're heading to Lantic Bay now. It's regarded as one of the best beaches in Cornwall. It's going to head to Pencarrow Head, which is a promontory which we're going to walk around to try and get a good view of Lantic Bay.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to stay out for ages.
So there is Lantic Bay.
But if this is regarded as one of the best in Cornwall, then there shouldn't be anything in Scotland or Wales as good.
Well,
there's nothing.
so we're on the top of Pencarrow Head now, and to our right is the beautiful Lantic Bay. To our left is where we were before, at Llansallos. You can just see the church, Llansallos Church. So you can see the coastal path from Llansallos to Pencarrow Head.
Yeah, it's here, you can see the fence at the bottom here. It's 200 or 300 feet.
So Llansallos, Lantic Bay, right on the headland now. In the black zone. Ow. Ow. I think it's so just. Quite steep coming down to Lantic Bay, but there is a path, so wow, what a beautiful sandy beach. Are you sick of blue sea and lovely beaches yet? I'm not. So the path down to Lantic Bay is okay. It's slightly stepped as you come down, but it is reasonably steep. You would need to be, I think, reasonably fit to get back up. It's going to be a steep pull to get back up, but it's a lovely beach. But it's just nice to walk along the tops on the southwest coastal path, because the best views are at the top, looking down onto Lantic Bay. So the path heads up there and through the trees and the shrubbery and doubles back on itself up onto the tops there. So that's the end of day one. Have you enjoyed today?
I have. Fantastic, beautiful place.
Yeah, we've been to Whitsand Bay. Then we went to Lansallos. No, we went to Looe. We went to Looe for a quick hour's walkabout. Had a Cornish pasty, and then we went to Llansallos Bay, Parsons Cove, and then Lantic Bay. So good day.
Fantastic, yeah.
Now we're going to go and see my folks in Looe for the evening and have a meal with them.
Yeah.
Catch you tomorrow.
Bye.
We're going to Tintagel tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Not been to Tintagel for years.
Not been at all.
It's really
Ever.
dramatic. Have you enjoyed your birthday, Billy? You enjoyed your birthday? Oh, 9 today. I don't know if you can see for the glare of the sun. I'm going to give you the idea of this path, what it's like. Oh. It certainly is a steep path if you want to head to any of the beaches predominantly. And once you've gone down, you know, you've got to get back up. This has got to be the steepest path down to a beach in Cornwall I've been on ever, I think. Wow. It's relentless. Oh. Goodbye, Lantic Bay. Good morning.
Morning.
So right now we're in the Rocky Valley. We've driven to North Cornwall near to Tintagel, and we're going to do a fantastic small walk, 2.5 mile walk to the Rocky Valley. And
Packed with excitement and adventure.
it is today to the sisters, and you've got some sea stacks heading towards Tintagel. And then later today we're going to get back in the car and drive to Tintagel and take in maybe the castle and the suspension bridge. But we found out you have to book to get onto the bridge, and it's £21 something each.
That's with entrance to the castle, and dogs are allowed on there as well.
Yeah, dogs are allowed as well. So it's going to be like £40 for 2 of us to get over the bridge and the castle, so we'll see. But you can see it from the cliff walks. So it's going to be a really good day.
Yeah.
Catch you in a bit. So here we've come across some old, very old labyrinth pattern carvings, probably of the early Bronze Age, 1800 to 1400 BC. I'll just show you, I can see one, there's two. So this is Trewethitt Mill. It's a ruin of an old watermill building, and that is where the water wheel would have been. So the Rocky Valley, at the highest point, the cliffs, the sides of the valley, are 70 foot high. It's a fantastic place. It really is. What I'm seeing right now, you've got the old labyrinth carvings, a watermill ruin, and you follow along a beautiful beck, and it's so, the Rocky Valley is just nothing else like it. And it heads towards the coastline, and we'll be taking in the southwest coastal path along a dramatic coastal walk with the views of the sea and some sea stacks, heading towards the Sisters, and it's heading towards Tintagel. You can continue all the way to Tintagel and make it a bit of a loop, but you have to come back on some roads. Or you could do a linear. We've parked in a lay-by, a very small lay-by, right next to the Rocky Valley, which is free, you don't have to pay. Or, alternatively, you can go to Tintagel and you can pay in the private car parks there, or there is a National Trust car park. If you're a member, you won't have to pay. And that's got easy access for views of Tintagel Castle. You've got the suspension bridge going over to the castle. You've got Merlin's cave. It's just a fantastic place. I've not been here for years, so I'm really excited being back here. So we've reached a junction, and if you turn right over the bridge, heading up there, that's the coastal path to Bsaches Castle. We're going to head straight on through the Rocky Valley. Wow. It's definitely worth doing a detour. The waves coming through that narrow gully, that narrow section, it's epic. Now it's onwards and upwards. Look how blue that water is. Wow. So that's the route we're going to be taking over there to the Sisters and Willow Park.
Yesterday.
Huh?
It's even higher than yesterday.
Is it? All I can say is, if you're going to do any walk in Cornwall, it's this one. The Rocky Valley is just an unbelievable place to visit. Nothing like it anywhere. It is quite up and down and a bit on the edge in places, and can be quite slippy. So yeah, care is required. But it's such a fantastic place. And this coastline, it's so dramatic. Blue sea, dramatic cliffs, sea stacks. Wow. Yeah, as you go through the Rocky Valley, the side of the valleys are like, in places, 70 foot above you, straight up. It's amazing. And then the little wee beck that you follow at the start turns into, as it narrows, it becomes a raging torrent, because you've got obviously the tide sort of coming in as it exits out into the sea. You've got the tide and the river meeting, and it's just like a mass of waves. It's all churning like a great big cauldron. It's fantastic, it really is. We're on the north side of Cornwall, so you're on the Atlantic, so obviously it's a lot more choppy. You've got good surf and good swell here. It's a wild part of Cornwall. The south part of Cornwall where we're staying is a bit more gentle, so it's very suitable, the beaches, for families and young children as it goes out gradually. But the north part of Cornwall is the wild side for surfers, for really good strong swimmers. It's got very strong tides here and cross currents. But it's just the side of Cornwall that I really like, this side. It's so wild and rugged and dramatic. So we're now going to head along the southwest coastal path around Bsaches Haven and over towards the Sisters. So this is typical of the southwest coastal path, where you've got a lot of descent to then head back up again, and that's like that all the way along. That's a shame, the path down to that beach is closed. Unstable cliff, footpath closed for public safety. So Bsaches Haven Beach is just down there, but the path is closed unfortunately due to unstable cliffs. Then you've got where we've just come from, the Rocky Valley is half a mile. Bsaches Castle, you can walk along the coastal path to Bsaches Castle, 3¼ miles. And we are heading to Willow Park, which is 1/4 mile. You could alternatively carry on this coastal path all the way to Tintagel, which is 1½ miles. You don't mind going down and up when you've got views like this, do you? Towards Tintagel. Oh, look at the way they're near. He did it. Over onto Willow Park and the sisters now. Some helicopters there, can you see them? Hello. What's it with these helicopters? And there's the sisters. Wow, I'm not going on the edge there. That is sheer drop. Oh, all this land is cracking as well on the edge. So yeah. But wow. So that's Live Oak, and heading along to Bsaches Haven, the cove there, and halfway along there is Rocky Valley heading up right. So we come back to the junction where you've got Bsaches Haven Beach. I'll just pan you around, and we're going to head more inland now. We came in before from the coastal path up there. Beach is to your left. We're going to head right up this muddy track across fields, and then a short section back on the road to the lay-by. You'll find a lot of the routes, the coastal routes, to do a circular, you're going to have a fantastic on the edge coastal path with the views of the sea, and then it's most likely going to head inland and you'll have either tracks or just minor roads to walk back on to do a circular route, as it usually involves a lot of ascent and descent if you do a linear, so it's much easier just to do a circular including country roads and lanes, kind of on the knees. Look at this fantastic stone wall. How intricate is that? So we're heading back to the lay-by now, and then we're going to drive to Tintagel, to the National Trust car park. Hopefully get parked there. If not, we'll park in the private car parks, charges apply. And we're going to take in Tintagel, the old post office and the suspension bridge and Tintagel Castle. We're probably just going to do a cliff walk, to be honest, as I don't think we want to spend £40 for the two of us going over the bridge in the castle, as you can see it quite clearly from the cliffs. You also have to book in advance apparently to get over the bridge, and we haven't done that, so yeah, I'll catch you in a bit on our stage 2. Also, the tire's going to be out, so hopefully we can check out Merlin's cave. So this is the lay-by, which is free, and the Rocky Valley path is literally just up there. So we're at Tintagel now, and we've parked up. We ended up paying in a display car park. It was £4.50 for all day, not too bad. The castle's closed today. The castle's open this time of year, Wednesday to Sunday, and it's Tuesday today. So we're going to head down to the beach, find Merlin's cave, and get the viewpoint over to the suspension bridge and the castle. It's still going to be a fantastic, dramatic view. So the high path takes you directly to the bridge, the suspension bridge and the castle. As it's closed, the castle today, we're going to head down to the beach and the coastal path.
Closed.
Yeah, I remember that now. It's all coming back to us.
Hey, you've gone the wrong way, lad.
Toilets.
Wow.
So that is the high suspension bridge up there. They're doing work on that at the moment, so it's got scaffolding all over it because they painted it. That is the lower bridge. Found the path down to the cave, down some steps. So we're going to head out that way now. Just pan you around. There we go. As it's low tide, should be able to get into it. Never fear these metal steps, there's a section for dogs. Cool. Wow, look at that waterfall. We'll check that out in a bit. Right, is that Merlin's cave there?
I don't know. Gotta be, isn't it? Oh wow.
Wow.
Right, yeah.
So half of this cave is actually a bit of a scramble through rock pools. We'll try and get to the other side. Well, I've got so far, but it's just that last section beat me. Billy actually fell in. Alright, Billy. That's what you call a waterfall, cascading onto a beach. So to get to Merlin's cave, you have to come past the cafe near the beach, head to that balcony and come down these steps.
There's no way
But he doesn't like metal steps.
Here, the steps in there. Here. That's it. Steps. Steps. Oh, I'm not even using them now.
So that's the Looe Bridge to the castle. There's the upper bridge. Of course you can avoid these steep steps going down and back up, as you can pay to go over the higher suspension bridge when it's open. That is there.
Woo!
There's some steps.
Oh. Tracy wanted to come up here.
So that's the upper suspension bridge. Closed. They're actually doing repair work and painting maintenance on it. We're going up them steps.
How does it go there? Maybe just a bit of a...
It goes to the upper mainland courtyard. So we're on Glebe Cliff now to get the view over Tintagel, the headland and the suspension bridge. On Glebe Cliff, and you can actually park here. It's a National Trust car park, I think, so members would be free. Right by this church. And there's probably room for about 1, 2, 3, about maybe 10 cars. Ground there for 1400 years. It's a nice wee church, and you've got Commonwealth war graves here. Have I said that right? I think so. So we're going to head back now to Tintagel, check out the old post office, which is a really old building. I'll tell you in a bit when I get there how old it is, because I can't remember. What a cracking location though. Tintagel is it's actually very commercialised, the actual village. It's full of tacky souvenir shops. It's got some pubs, it's got lots of cafes, bakeries. You've got ample parking. I think there's about 3 or 4 car parks in Tintagel, as it gets humongously busy in peak season. But the actual coastline is nice and wild. You can do plenty of walks along from Tintagel, taking the dramatic scenery, the bridge, the castle. Merlin's cave was exceptional, really cool. This is day 2, the end of day 2 now. I'm going to see my folks tomorrow. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, so I should be going out with them. And not quite sure where we're going yet, but I'm sure I shall bring you along. As usual, the very steep road back to the car. We've got Rock Gin there to our left. Shame that's closed. Wow, it's just so clean. The usual tat, sunglasses, toys, hats. Got fish and chips. Oh, fish and chips. The King Arthur's Arms. Get a drink. This is the post office. Look at this lovely old building. Dating from around 1380, is a rare surviving example of a Cornish hall house. Over the centuries, it's had many uses, most notably as Victorian letter receiving office for the village. There are 5 rooms and a traditional cottage garden. You can actually go in and explore it. Owned by the National Trust. So I just noticed that this car park, King Arthur's car park, you can pay £5 overnight for motorhomes. Look at all these gins. Shame it's closed. Apple brandy, Cornish rum, dark spice pineapple, the Holy Grail. Oh wow. That sounds gorgeous. Camelot Coconut Paradise. It's a Percival Perfect Plum. Why is it not open? Fudge. There's nothing better than Cornish fudge. So I'm going to say goodbye.
Bye.
It's been 2 great little walks, about 2.5 miles each.
Yeah.
So check them out. And you could also link them together and make about a 6-mile route, something like that.
Yeah.
Depending on your fitness. So catch you all again tomorrow for our next adventure. Bye. Well, me, Andy, my dad and my mum, we've come up to Bodmin Moor today and we've just had a picnic up at Carradon Hill because my dad likes to sit there as he can't get out anymore walking on Bodmin Moor, so he likes to sit in the car and look at the view whilst having a picnic. So we've done that and we've taken Mum, and guess what? Mum, it's your birthday, isn't it?
Yes. And I don't need it. I'm too old already.
Mum doesn't want to be in the video. Come back. Come back.
No, I won't.
Mum is 82.
That's better from this distance.
Mum's got a bit camera shy. She's 82 today, so we're going up to the Cheese Ring, a fantastic place with sculpted rock, sculpted by the wind and the rain into fantastic shapes. And what was the why it's called the Cheese Ring, Mum? Why do you think it's called the Cheese Ring?
Well, when you press apples, it makes up these sort of cheese slabs, and I think it's because the cheese ring resembles these sort of cheese slabs. It's nothing to do with cheese.
No.
It's just what they call this residue from the apples.
Why? Well, that's the history of them.
I mean, it sounds like cheese ring. It's not cheese, you see, that's the trouble.
Well, I was looking, I'm almost certain it's spelt cheese, then W.
It is. W-R-I-N-G.
That's strange.
So you can't actually go up and start biting bits off them thinking they're cheese. No, you can't do that. They're made of stone.
Like the moon.
but you get fantastic views over Bodmin Moor. It's a lovely place. I've always come here, haven't I, Mum?
Yes, we love
And
it.
I prefer to come here when it's foggy, don't I?
You do?
Thick fog.
Yes.
So the Hurlers is a late Neolithic or early Bronze Age ceremonial monument. Local legend identifies the Hurlers as men who were turned to stone for playing hurling on a Sunday, the Lord's Day. Two nearby standing stones called the Pipers are said to be two men who played tunes on a Sunday. You've got the Gold Diggers Quarry over in that direction, which used to be a wild swimming place. It's actually got pools in a disused quarry, but it's been banned now as there's been a couple of people that have died swimming in there as it's very, very cold. But it is an amazing place to visit.
Oh, that's good. I've got Billy at the top. Well done, Billy.
So Billy is showing you the Hermit's Cave.
He is.
Did a guy used to live here with his family? Is that the saying?
I can't remember Eddie's family. I can't.
Was he a mathematician or something? And I think there were supposed to be like markings on the walls, or there used to be. Look at you, Billy. Yeah, you get a lot of abseilers off here.
Yeah, I've been here to see the whole.
Fantastic shape, isn't it? All sculptured by wind and rain.
And this is the Cheese Ring's famous UFO seat. There you go.
Holding my spaceship, this.
A nice place to come and chill out. Wow. Looks like Captain Kirk or Mr. Spock maybe.
Easy up, Scotty.
Oh, Billy, you can come up as well. There's room for you.
It's the UFO chair. Look at Billy.
See there?
So we're leaving the cheese ring now, and we've just coming up to the hurlers, which is a stone circle, and we've got the lovely wild ponies. Wow, good. So this is the hurlers, the stone circle, with the lovely wild ponies. You've got Caledon Hill behind, the remains of an engine house there in the distance. So this is a typical old engine house, which was used in the mining era in Cornwall for mining predominantly copper and tin.
Morning.
So it's our last day in Cornwall, and this morning we're heading to Polperro.
We're in Polperro.
Start again. Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's our last day in Cornwall today, and this morning we have headed to Polperro, which is a really old ancient fishing village where a lot of smuggling used to go on. It's very quaint, it's got very narrow cobble streets, so you can't park in the village itself. You have to pay outside the village in a big car park with extortionate prices.
£7 for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll show you how much it is. Very like robbery, isn't it? It's a bit creepy, isn't it? So as you're exiting the car park heading into Polperro, you come to the Crumplehorn Inn. It's a beautiful old mill, which isn't a working mill anymore. It's obviously a pub, but it's so old and quaint. Oh, there's the water wheel. Isn't that a beautiful old building? But it is such a beautiful place to visit. I've been here quite a number of times. So quaint, and it's still a working fishing village. So you've got some lovely beautiful fishing boats down at the harbour, and you've got a smuggling cave. You can do coastal walks from Polperro. Some of the best coastal walks along the southwest coast of from Polperro. heading over towards Lantic Bay that we did on our first day. Or you can even walk from where my mum and dad live in Looe to Polperro and get the bus back. I've done that a number of times. It's about 6 miles from Looe to Polperro, but it is a beautiful coastline, so you've got that option. But today we've only got a couple of hours, so we're just going to head into the main fishing village, look around the shops and the harbour, just to show Andy really what it's like. So there's the smuggling cave. It's where contraband was hidden. You get many shipwrecks around here on these rocks, and then they collect all the booty and hide it in these caves. This is how people deliver things to houses up this hill. Of really narrow lanes. Beautiful camellias are out. You've got the Polperro Heritage Museum just there. That gives you an insight into the ancient history of smuggling and this fishing village. There you can see the Cornish flag, black background with a white cross. There's the harbour, the Smuggler's Cave, and the coastal path will take you along to Lantic Bay, along there. There you go, you can head on the coastal path from Polperro to Pol Ruin, 6.5 miles, and that will take in Lansallos Bay and Lantic Bay, where we were on our first day. But we're just going to head to the chapel and the tip of the headland to get a view of the sea. There you go, that's the chapel. There's a little Weedale lighthouse there, just there. And that's the coastal path heading to Polperro. This is quite a dodgy path. The railings have gone. Huh? By the net loft, looking at the view over the sea, which is gorgeous. Have you liked your stay, Bowie? I think he has.